John Kelly came from Clemson University, and today he told us he's ready to go from being a tiger to an owl.
If we begin to tell our story on a national scale, everything will work well on a local scale.
Florida Atlantic University's new president speaking out in his second week on the job. John Kelly, who came here from Clemson University, says he's eager to improve graduation rates and find more money for student scholarships.
Florida Atlantic University's new president shares his plans for the future of the university.
Today's my 195th day as your president, and I have learned so much. I spent 100 days trying to learn everything I could about the university.
New President John Kelly says he has specific targets when it comes to the school for the next 5 years.
One of the things we've done in the whole planning process is try to define concepts of what we call pillars and platforms. Platforms are things that you want to stand on across the whole university. It wouldn't really matter what department you were in. One of those will clearly be diversity. It's something that ought to be embedded across everything we do, and we ought to be celebrating it and appreciating it and not just describing it in numbers. And then the platforms, I think, form the support system for the pillars. And the pillars are things that you stand up on the national stage to hold some things up, not too many, not so that the weight so much that the rest can't support it, but the things that we hold up ought to be nationally and globally competitive. And the rest of this should be, I would say, the essence of who we are, what we stand for, what we believe in.
We also have just adjusted the admission standards again. So we went this year from a 3.3 to now a 3.6 minimum admission standard to get into FAU.
A major transformation for Florida Atlantic University. It has gone from near the bottom to tied for the top in state rankings.
We're having our chance to now tell people what we want for the legislative session, what we support, what we believe in, and ask for their support not only for our university but for the state university system. So we look at those things. We want to grow the research program at FAU. We never are going to be satisfied by being number one in one thing. We'll find the next thing we want to grow. Research has almost doubled in the last 3 years.
There is no other lab like this in the world.
$1 million to help teach robots to talk to each other.
Spanking new athletic facility is in the works on FAU's campus thanks to the largest gift in school history, a donation of $16 million from the Schmidt Family Foundation.
The owls are getting a much bigger nest. Florida Atlantic University gave us a tour of their new 100,000 square foot facility, known as the Schmidt Family Complex for academic and athletic excellence.
Proactive rather than reactive guidance to universities is necessary. Well, of course, transitioning to remote instruction, that's another way of saying no more classes in person.
Online classes starting next Monday.
We did things that maybe other universities didn't think about. And we had to re-equip classrooms. We had to do all kind of things in almost a 911 kind of fashion. We bought all these kids that didn't have assets available to them. We bought laptop computers. They could loan things out. Any way we could do to keep them in school. And we were determined not to let them fail. So we made sure that they got the resources available to them and not let them say, well, I went to college, but I never finished.
We've struggled, we adapted, we mourned, but we endured. And today feels like a step toward normalcy as we celebrate the most anticipated event of your college career, your graduation.
I think there's something aspirational about trying to be the best every day, improve every single day, going somewhere that you haven't been before versus being at a place where you're comfortable and things are easy and you're already known for everything. When you're on that ascension journey where you're really climbing and you're climbing a mountain every day, you feel that sense of pride and progress that you're personally contributing to. And I hope each member of this community finds that you're personally making a difference, not just existing here and being a part of a brand that's already in place, but building a brand that everybody's going to envy.
Florida Atlantic University is one of the top public schools in the nation. That's according to a U.S. News and World Report.
FAU has received the 2021 Higher Education Excellence in Diversity Award.
Florida
Florida Atlantic leaves, no doubt. It is the most thorough beating that Florida Atlantic has ever delivered. Florida International, and it's time to celebrate.
Yes, sir. Today we move to a different level of success. Florida Atlantic University has formally entered into a membership agreement with the American Athletic Conference.
A big change announced today for Florida Atlantic University. The Owls will now join the American Athletic Conference.
A historic donation of Florida Atlantic University that's meeting a pressing need across Florida.
Florida Atlantic University says it's received a $20 million donation. Money will go toward creating an institute for Holocaust and Jewish studies.
We're using big data analytics and a student-centric strategy to more than double our 4-year graduation rates in just 6 years.
When I first arrived at Florida Atlantic University, I'd obviously done a lot of homework on the place to try to learn more and more about it. And the more I learned about the place, the more I was intrigued with how special it might be. And everything that I was seeing in the pictures and things like that when I arrived became reality. It gave us a chance to look at everything that we needed to improve on, but particularly to cherish the things that were precious to the university, which I think is a critical thing. Sometimes everybody thinks we should go in and fix this and fix that. You really have to take care first, I think, of the things that are important to the heart and soul of the institution, and then see what do you build on. What are the things where there's opportunity for improvement? And so I leave here in this role feeling very fulfilled. I don't have regrets. There's nothing that I can think back and say, I wish that had never happened. But it's been a chance to learn a lot from other people. There's a tremendous amount of wisdom in a university, and all those things end up being something that makes you maybe a different person. As a president, you're expected to speak a lot. Probably the thing that's been most valuable to me has been listening, not speaking. I want to thank everybody at Florida Atlantic University who gave me this opportunity. It has been a great fulfillment of some desire that was in me, but I didn't really, if somebody asked me what is that desire, I probably wouldn't have been able to say exactly. But it was a passion for doing things and inventing things and moving things forward. And you have to have a willing place to find that. And in Florida Atlantic, I found it. It was just maybe the right person at the right time. But it also is a chance that it gave me a chance to do some things that I knew were important, but had not been given the opportunity yet to do.